Hey everybody, it's George. Hey, it's my birthday today and I wanted you to humor me. Listen to what I have to say today, and it's related to this whole, racism, protestum, looting, everything that's going on nowadays. I am a white male, older, almost grandfather aged Cuban background person. To be honest with you, I haven't really dealt with racism myself. I haven't been discriminated against too much. My wife is a lot more Hispanic looking than I am, and as a result, she's felt some of it, but that's not what I want to talk about here. I've been listening to a lot of stuff online, and particularly a lot of posts by Trevor Noah. He's a South African commentator, and he's really opened up my eyes to a lot of our biases, the natural ones. I'm also reading a book called White Fragility. It's White Fragility. Look it up on Amazon. It's an easy read, and it's one of these things that we can use to open up our eyes. But one of the things that Trevor Noah said in one of his presentations was he saw a video a couple years back about a woman walking through New York City, and they were documenting how many catcalls she got. People messing with her, people giving her comments, hooting at her, whistling at her. And he was surprised at how prevalent that was. And his point in showing that video was, until he saw that video, he didn't realize how bad the situation was. And it really kind of just woke him up. That wasn't something he would typically do, but it made him very aware of something he didn't know before. And he was using that to point out how a lot of us have innate biases inside of our, psyche because of our, way of being raised, because of our culture here in the United States. And we have to become aware of that. We have to become aware of the fact that we have biases in ourselves that make us treat or think about other people of other races, in a way that's just not positive. I like to tell the story of my grandmother. Cuban lady, barely spoke any English, and I remember when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, we were at a Royal Castle. It was a burger joint down here in Miami, and she was all over one of the waitresses because she wouldn't serve a black lady at the counter. And she was really adamant, and we frequented this place a lot, and she says, if you want me to never come into this restaurant, I want you to serve this woman now. So she made her stand. At the same time, she was also a lady that whenever we drove through, we had to drive through Liberty City, which is a black neighborhood, on the way to the shopping center, she would always say, make sure you put on your, in Spanish, los pestillos, turn on the locks in the car, because back then there weren't any power locks. She had an inbred, an ingrown bias that if you're in a black town, black neighborhood, you're probably going to get mugged, you're going to get robbed, be careful. And so so here's this lady who, by the way, stood up for a black woman, at the same time had innate biases against them. Now, I'm not saying right, wrong. I mean, that's wrong right there. But we're all wired that same way. We all grew up in this country with the biases, with the things that's going on. And I'm not going to wait for the politicians to fix this. I'm not going to wait for the protesters to frankly have something happen at a government level, whether they fund police departments, whether they defund them. I mean, we definitely need to have something fixed in this whole law enforcement. But as my birthday present from you, I want you to look at your awareness of the situation. Look at what's going on in your day-to-day, in your upbringing, and educate yourself. Make yourself aware of these biases that I know we all have. And see what you can do to take one step in your life, in the life of those that you have influence around, and see if you can take a step forward to help fix this cultural screw up we have. Now, I'm probably about the most optimistic person that you can have. I don't see 2020 as the worst thing on earth. I think it's actually a way to give us all a wake-up call, both because now we got to spend more time at home because of this whole COVID thing. You know, the craziness, who knows? We're only halfway through the year and we'll see what the rest of 2020 has to go. I'm optimistic that this 2020 is a wake-up call. It's not the end of the world. I don't think it is. But it is something that we can take advantage of to see if we can learn more and really make this a better place. So have a good one, everybody.